Okay, this is the primary bathroom commode area, soil closet. This is from the days of yore. And you can hear the commode running. It's because the flush flapper leaks. And it's not a flapper anymore, it's actually called a flush valve. But anyway, there's that. Our shower handle is missing, okay? And I have some toilet paper in here because I filled the pan up with water looking for a shower pan leak. And today I could not find one, so you know that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So we're coming on along. The vent fans vent directly into the attic. That's a bad thing. And that was toilet paper that I used off of there to check the shower pan. So now the commode is. Bye, Timmy. Okay, so coming on along here, this is GFCI protected, GFCI protected, GFCI protected. Now we got our shower. And I ran the tub there for a minute, and I don't know if this camera's picking it up, but it's got some pretty nasty stuff. But, okay. Come over here. You're supposed to have 2 switches for your jacuzzi, but we only have one today. We only have one. And then it's GFCI protected. And that works, and that's a good thing. But it's supposed to be faceless. Like you can plug your curling iron or hair dryer or electric shaver into this, or you shouldn't be able to put your iron or your electric toothbrush in this. This is supposed to be dedicated solely to the jet tub. Now the jet tub also, what we're looking for is a service access to get to the pump motor, and there is none. There is none. And our tub stopper is missing. Right there. I have a pretty good idea they didn't realize the tub stopper was missing, because they supplied us with tub stoppers. And that's my string. Okay, because it's not my first rodeo. So see how nasty that stuff is? Okay. Now coming on along, a couple of our luminaries aren't working. We've got a ceiling fan that's too close to the shower, too close to the bathtub. And then over here on our right, that'll be our north lavatory. We're missing a drain stopper. Over here on our left lavatory, although we have a drain stopper, it's a slow drain. It's a slow drain. And then we got a leak at the handle right here. And then we come underneath, and is it on this side? The other side's boring. We got flexible drains. All right, they sell those at the store. I get it. They sell them at the store, but they don't meet code. I had a flexible drain. All right, I've been tempted. I'm human, and I had to keep taking it apart and cleaning it, and taking it apart and cleaning it, and you know, eventually I acted right. GFCI, missing some luminaries over there, like I said. Okay, moving on along and coming up to our chandelier, but down to our half bath. You're going to want to watch your head on this. And you know, men are notoriously inefficient at geometry. I mean, they just don't understand spatial concepts. And see how close this ceiling is here? And I'm 5'6". All right, but if you're 6 foot, you're just really not gonna. Hi, Timmy. Hot's on the left, cold's on the right. Vents into the attic. This is GFCI protected, but it's not labeled as being GFCI. And then we're coming all along. I'm trying to keep my toys together. I'm going to move this around. We're coming up the stairs. And this step, what is it, from the landing to the first, second, third, the fourth step is not level. And you step up there, and you know, if you're older and feeble and absent-minded, it could be an issue. Coming along here, this bathtub still hasn't drained. We got a gap over here. We're going to look at the ceiling underneath here to see what we can do about see if there's any water leaks with that. Everything goes down, supposed to go down. By Timmy, hot's on the left, cold's on the right. We've got another flexible drain. Right there. That's not right. That's not right. Okay. So that brings us to, because this is the interior plumbing and appliances. Even though all of our thermostats, we got two thermostats, one at the top of the stairs and one down outside of the primary bedroom, and that's kind of an appliance. And the code says, this is an energy thing, that all single family residents should have at a minimum one programmable thermostat, and neither one of these thermostats are programmable. So we're moving on down here past the mirror cat, and we come on down along here, and what we're finding with a loose handrail, I think I got another video about that. In the kitchen, refrigerators are beyond the scope of this inspection, but you know, let's see, it's called an ice master. Can I get in there? Maybe not. I'll make a mess. How about that? I do know that you've got a connection tray box behind there. I peeked, and I do know this is making things cold. I do not know if this conveys. Cubed ice, and give me a drink. There we go. Now, this is me personally. I don't like these things because it's just a hole. It's not even a sink, and the water always gets on your floor. But that's me. I'm a crybaby. All right, we got our gas piping here. This is our gas cooktop. Some of these burners are a little slow to respond. But it's the same igniter for all of them, and gas comes out of all of them. So that tells us that either the caps aren't adjusted perfectly, or that it just needs to be cleaned. And clean it with a steel pin. Do not clean it with a toothpick. You think a toothpick is doing you some good, a toothpick will get stuck in there. This is a circulating vent fan, although I think I saw a vent. Where are we at? Power on. Lights on, lights off. Okay, you might want to clean this. It's high enough. This is loose. Forward's hot. I've already been through this. This is all fine. Dishwasher. Here's the thing that's going on with the dishwasher. This is the switch that turns the dishwasher on and off. All right. This is, and I had it on. So what's going on? Start, not Pro Wash. I had it on Express Wash. Start, and kind of go. So we got an electric service disconnect for our dishwasher. Electric service disconnect for our dishwasher. But we do not have an anti-siphon device. By the way, this is I think a 5/8 horsepower garbage disposal. Maybe it's 3/4, 5/8. Anyway, it's nice. None of our drains have escutcheon plates. See those little silver things right there? Those are called escutcheon plates. None of our drains have escutcheon plates. But this pipe right here going into the food waste disposal. Okay, that is the drain line for the dishwasher. Got it? And we do not have an anti-siphon loop. We do not have a vacuum breaker up here. The drain line is supposed to come up to the bottom of the sink. It's supposed to come up here. So that way, when Elon Musk is flying around in SpaceX and stuff, and his thrusters are pushing the barometric pressure, changing our weather, and anyway, so maybe it's not Elon. We can't blame him for everything. We've been learning about barometric pressure our whole lives. So with the barometric pressure coming down from space, pushing down on the dirty water in this sink, pushing it back through this pipe, pushing it into your clean dishes. That's why we want the anti-siphon loop. Anti-siphon. And then we're coming on along. Our oven, you know, it's, and I don't do convection. All right. Start. Lights come on and off. Already did that. Already ran it through the bake area. And this is our microwave up here. Let's see what we can do with this. Let's play. Are you in a playing mood? If you're keeping up with me, you must be some kind of a sport. Okay, well, that's how you do it. Bear with me. found some trash cans outside. I was wondering what we were going to do with that. And those aren't all mine, by the way. I found some of those there, but I'll be a sport. I'm a sport. That's loose. I got a whole video about that, I believe. I know I do. It's all. I remember making a video about that. It's been a day. It's been a day, and it's been a minute since I did it. So that's how old people talk. They say minutes and stuff. That's a dad joke for you. No extra charge for those. Okay, this is called magic lights. This is supposed to blink on and off if the microwave is running properly. So we just come on up here, microwave cook. We select option cook, found by type. No, turn dial. Oh, time 1 and 2. 15 minutes. I got a start button around here. Start. Select your cook time. No. Okay. Use glass tray when ready. Start when ready. Start. And it comes on. Look at there. Look at it just blinking and going on you. You might as well just hang it up right now. There's no sense in watching any other videos or reading your report. That everything else is anticlimactic after the light show. That's our magic lights. Okay. So we do cancel off right there. We come in here. This is how I know it works. Hot, 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 hot. Look at there. Okay. Now, and this is kind of electrical, but it's in the kitchen. These receptacle outlets over here, nor were they required to when the home was built. Okay, they're not GFCI protected. These electric receptacle outlets here and on the island are GFCI protected. Now, when this house was being built, they didn't have a splashback reveal party. We didn't know what was going on. So when this house was built, before the drywall came up, the outlet boxes came out so the drywall would snug up to it and we could put our devices in here, switches or devices. We put our devices in here and everything would be all nice and snug. But then we installed this nice splashback out here and it kicks it out a little bit, and now they don't fit like they're supposed to. And now we got gaps in here, right? Well, that's the end of that's your outlet box. That's supposed to be enclosed. So they sell these things called extenders. And I heard a code inspector call it a spark suppression ring a little while back, and he was pretty smart, sounded like he knew what he was talking about. And they cost about $3 a piece. Well, so and you're not going to get away with them for $3. They're going to charge you sales tax, so how they get you. But, you know, for $25, $30, it could have been made right. It could have been made right. We got them over here, and we got them over here. And because these wouldn't fit, and this is nice and tight, look at that. I mean, they just mic that in. But because the boxes are no longer positioned like they are, the screws would no longer work. They wouldn't reach because the screws weren't counting on this splashback. So they added these big old hairy, look at that. That screw right there will chew through some wires. It sure will. It'll chew through some wires. We got a drywall screw over here. It'll just chew right through some wires. Look at that. And so you should have some machine screws. And now, this is a 15 amp device. Switches are devices. Receptacle. This is a 15 amp device. You're supposed to have 20 amp devices in kitchens. So these are actually not rated for running blenders and toasters and that kind of thing. I'm not saying, you know, obviously they've been here for a while. Obviously, you know, I don't see any scorch marks around here, so I'm just going to pretend like they never had a problem with it. But at the same time, these devices aren't rated for appliances. And we come over here, this is GFCI protected as well, these two, because they're close to the kitchen sink, and that's a good thing. But these are older, so they're not childproof, and also they're awful loose. See how loose that is? So, you know, if you're vacuuming or something, you know, you're stuck, you know, it could be a nuisance. So some of these things are just plain, man, I almost caught myself. They're just plain wore out. Okay, they still work, but they don't work like new devices, and they're not childproof. And I understand that my client, my dear client, I understand that my clients, they have children, so maybe that's a consideration.